Hello, greetings, and salutations. This winter season was all about looking inward and finding truths about ourselves. That's why all my videos up to this point have been grounded yoga flows. You reveal honest truths about yourself when you slow down. Not everyone wants to look inward, and you wonder why this season has the highest suicide rates among all the others. Depression, seasonal affective disorder, you name it, because not everyone is ready to reveal their truth. This video explains what my truth revealed, but it also serves me as a reminder whenever I look back of personal growth. Each season teaches us something about ourselves, but are you ready for what the lesson is? If you're listening or watching, grab a block or book as today's class is at your own pace. We're opening up our hearts by placing the block at the base of our spine and gradually working it up our entire back until we reach our shoulders. Again, this is at your own pace, so take as many breaths as you need and move gently each time you adjust the block. Also, your pillow or an item with cushion can support your head if tension or strain exists. If you've watched my videos, practiced, subscribed, liked, shared, told a friend, whatever it might be, thank you so much. And an introduction is in order. So my name is Sierra Hines, and I've been practicing yoga now for over a decade. And if I could describe it in one word, I would say transformative. You will learn so much about yourself, and to look at where I started and where I am at, I am grateful for the journey, the people that I've met, the opportunities, the truths that have been revealed, the people that I've had to let go because we have to let go of people as well. It's been very beautiful, and it's a lifestyle, so it goes beyond just learning about yourself. This practice teaches you to be intentional with the foods you consume or no longer consume, your relationships with people, how you act or react or don't do anything at all, your environments that you surround yourself in, community. All of that is just one universal compass. And the reason why I share these videos is for myself. So I will be selfish in saying that, but it's also serving you as well. I have an interest in traditional Chinese medicine, so there's intention behind why my videos are set up the way they are. Most of my yoga flows have been particularly grounded, and it's all related to the seasons. We're very cyclical beings. We move with the tides and the waves and the cycles of the moon. So this winter season is no different. It tells us to slow down in traditional Chinese medicine. It also correlates to our organ, kidneys, and our kidneys are associated with the emotion of fear and connected to nighttime in winter season. If you have an overactive kidney, which most of us do during this time, we're not meant to go from place to place. We're meant to slow down and hibernate. Just like in nature, think of nature. When you think of the polar bears, what are they doing? Nature is hibernating. Like, think of the trees. The leaves are falling for a reason. We have been programmed to move quickly, especially with the holidays and just the hustle and bustle of it all. I never vibed with it. I never liked it or enjoyed it. And that explains why, there's suicide rates, depression, seasonal affective disorder, whatever it might be. And this season was the first season where I didn't really get that seasonal depression disorder. It might be because the weather was a lot different. We had a mild winter here in the Midwest, but I'm also learning about myself. So before, I used to not care about winter as much. It's my least favorite season. But if you retrain your mind, because words hold power, you can switch it up. And for me, I'm like, oh my goodness, I love winter. I love being outside. And that really does switch the perspective a little bit. So going back to why I'm doing this in the beginning, it's to self-teach myself about traditional Chinese medicine. So this is the introduction I'm still giving you, but once spring comes, that's going to correlate to a whole different flow associated with a different organ in our body. Same with summer and fall. So it's a cyclical cycle, just like we are. And I believe it's beautiful and everyone can relate to it. And now I share with you the truth that revealed itself for me this winter season, which, might I add in preface, this is something that is very vulnerable for me. And you may be thinking yogis have it all together and figured out. No, I believe us yogis are very damaged. I know that's really harsh to say, but there's a lot of truths that need to be revealed and open so we can navigate at our highest and most best potential. So I keep rambling on. Here comes the truth part. I will say that I felt it in my body first before I started to realize what it was telling me. So my upper back, shoulders area were so tense. Like it felt like it was on fire back there, you guys. And there was no heat involved. I had gotten a chair massage, and I've gotten many massages before, first time doing a chair massage, but it felt like she was applying heat. And I'm like, wow, this is so strange. I know I've had issues up there before, but it didn't connect until the light bulb turned on. The biggest truth that I revealed for myself is that I know I am very loved and supported in my life, but that doesn't always translate to my relationships, especially intimate relationships. I write in my journal all the time, constantly. And as I mentioned, cycles, there can also be not great cycles as well. So the cycle with me is that I always say like, oh, these are toxic relationships, and I tell myself I don't want to be in these toxic relationships, right? But then it kind of just like dawned on me that I'm the source. It's not my partners. It was always me. I'm always quick to push and push away, whether that be because I don't want to feel that hurt, probably really why. And, navigating through relationships, I've always just been like, all right, on to the next. But it's me that's not being healthy or true or honest to myself. So once I learned about that truth, I was like, wow, my body started to feel a bit lighter. I could breathe. And, I cried. I cried the most I've ever cried in probably my entire life. Because how dare I say that I'm not worthy of love? I always told myself I'm like this gypsy and free spirit. And yes, as though that might be true, everyone is worthy of love, no matter what your situation was like growing up or anything like that. And that's why I'm going back to what I said earlier. Words really do hold power. And yeah, now I'm just a love beam. No, I'm kidding. There's still work that has to be done and healing and everything like that. But it's just, the truth doesn't always hurt. And yet, a lot of times we don't want to look inside. Same with my situation. That's why I was pushing people away that I love the most. Don't do that, you guys. Don't do that. Once you go within and expand your awareness, you move and shift a little bit differently. At least in my experience, I have. I am more receptive to what people tell me and not just hearing it in one ear and letting it go out the other. I'm more intentional with my relationships. And this is over time. This isn't anything that just happened overnight. But because of that awareness, it is requiring me to shift a bit differently. Shifting into, if you will, my higher self, my best potential. Because once you truly begin to love yourself, you have to start with self first before you exude it out to anywhere else. I have to find that love within myself. And I know after that, it's over. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it can be a little bit scary to find those dark truths that, have been kind of hidden and trapped, especially in the body. There's a really good book called The Body Keeps the Score, and it all starts with your body. How does your body respond? And that's just another reason why I love yoga. So with that said, you have to find that love within yourself to exude it outwardly. And it's not going to come easy. But again, once you go within and expand your awareness, you find more truth about yourself. You are able to navigate and have people gravitate towards you, or you can just set healthy boundaries. And that's just kind of where I'm at with it. And that is my truth exposed. What I learned in the winter season. Those dark, dark times reveal so much about ourselves, and maybe the same is true for you. So expect these videos to happen when we transition to a different season. And also, just a heads up, our videos coming up for yoga flows will be all geared towards the spring season and what that means for us. So we'll be definitely taking it from a grounded space and elevating it up a little bit. So getting up off of our mats. Take your time as you get up out of this space, rolling your back out side to side, maybe hugging your knees in towards your chest. Happy babies, squeezing those knees in, giving yourself a hug. And I will see you next time. Peace and love.